My name's Alyssa, and I'm a photography student in New York. I chose to come to Colorado because my final assignment for my photography class was to do a series of landscapes. And I looked through a lot of books about the United States, and it really felt like Colorado had some of the most beautiful scenery in the whole country.
My name is Michael Morrow. I'm a wildlife photographer and I'm based in the Denver metro area. The reason I like the wildlife photography is it gets me outdoors. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved being in the mountains. I loved being outside playing, doing whatever, and I really dig wildlife.
My name is Standish, that's the first name, and I run the darkroom, the Denver darkroom.
Yeah, today we wanted to get out and shoot, kind of do an outdoor class and get some action involved in it. What better thing than skateboarding?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
My name's Alyssa, and I'm a photography student in New York. I chose to come to Colorado because my final assignment for my photography class was to do a series of landscapes. And I looked through a lot of books about the United States, and it really felt like Colorado had some of the most beautiful scenery in the whole country.
My name is Michael Morrow. I'm a wildlife photographer and I'm based in the Denver metro area. So what I have to do is I have to get all my stuff out for this little excursion. We're not going to do anything too strenuous. Make sure we get that. Just make sure we got some film, digital film. Got that. We'll take a camera and some batteries. I gotta remember. The reason I like the wildlife photography is it gets me outdoors, and ever since I was a little kid, I loved being in the mountains. I loved being outside playing, doing whatever, and I really dig wildlife.
My name is Standish, that's the first name, and I run the darkroom, the Denver darkroom. It's my toy school. I started it almost 10 years ago. Skateboarding. John, you don't know. He is our technical assistant, a champion skateboarder, an editor or former editor of Extreme Sports Skateboarding.
It's Denver Skate Park.
Okay. Where is that?
It's 20th and I-25, basically. Yeah, we're all going to be in a big caravan.
Big fan. Okay.
It's a 4x5, large format. It's a Omega with leaky bellows and a good lens. It's a workhorse. It's a standard 4x5, and it takes gorgeous pictures. Okay. On hand, the students were Tom and Mary. They're a couple, and they met at the darkroom.
I told her you're the world's best boyfriend for buying me that camera.
Oh, thanks. There is Abby from Calcutta, India.
This is a 120mm film. So what you have to do is, it's kind of, the loading is slightly different.
And Ondine.
Representing Denver Darkroom.
And then we, of course, had a technical assistant, an old student named John Freeman, who's a champion skateboarder.
This crazy Russian sniping camera.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm Jake. I work for Open Space and Mountain Parks in the Outreach and Education Division.
I'm going to be taking pictures for an assignment here, and I was kind of wondering if you have any recommendations about like what would be a really good place to photograph.
Well, we're most well known for the Flatirons, which are the mountains that are over there on the west. And the way they form straight up like that is how they get their name. We get artists of all kinds that come out here. We've had photographers, painters. I even saw a sculptor once. And this is where they work because the amazing view of the Flatirons.
For this assignment, I am using slide film ISO 50 because I wanted to have something that was really fine-grained, but I wanted the colors to be really vivid and saturated. I've traveled a lot in Asia and the Middle East, but one of the first places I decided to go to in the United States to photograph was Colorado. I would really do anything for a good photograph. Well, guess I didn't bring the right shoes for this.
I have a degree in biology, and so, you know, the ultimate plan when I first started down this road was, you know, do something as a scientist or a biologist, or, you know, which put me outside. But when I started getting into this photography thing, it was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I can be creative, and I can create images, and I can be around wildlife, and I can use my biology background and hopefully put it all together to create some really cool images that not only, you know, are beautiful to look at, but also entertain and educate people as well. You spend hours and hours and hours just sitting on your butt, just waiting for something to happen. You know, you go to so many places and you got to capture the animal doing its real thing, but, you know, it's like I said earlier, they never change their clothes. They're not on a schedule that, you know, that humans are, you know, accustomed to, so you just kind of got to wait. You can improve your chances a lot by going out early morning and late evening. That's my tax guy.
We've had lots more foxes a lot of times than we've got now. The old coyote, I think, is moving through.
Right.
And he cuts that population down.
So.
Got my bag about half full, so it's time to quit. Trash man.
Yeah, that's great.
30-some years I've cleaned this place.
I want to go up here and see, there's like, I don't know, what the people tell me is there like 15 or so foxes in the area. Just to see all the wildlife is pretty awesome. But you better be ready.
I'm loading film. This is my changing bag or changing box or changing suitcase.
Yeah, today we wanted to get out and shoot, kind of do an outdoor class and get some action involved in it. What better thing than skateboarding?
You had asked that what kept me going for this darkroom thing, and I would say that of course my interest was there all along, but one of the main factors that has kept me pursuing photography was Stan Standish, and I consider him a great inspiration in my life and a great teacher.
I went to Yale and got a master's in architectural history, taught a year at Harvard, filmmaking and film history, and then I moved to San Diego. I joined the faculty of University of California at San Diego and was there for about 16 years. Okay. Okay?
You ready?
Yep.
I'm actually really, really impressed by the Flatirons, and I think Colorado is really beautiful. love being outside. I don't like working with artificial lighting at all. I just like working with natural lighting, and just I like kind of the happenstance of it.
Why the words fall from her lips, she begs of me, try to see from where I sit.
There's something really peaceful about taking pictures outdoors. I've never seen anything that looked like the Flatirons, like other places I've been. I thought it was incredibly beautiful.
Words of love you speak are getting harder to hear. I have been dying for you to come. These tears are trying up my inside. I have been dying for you to come. You are my only one.
The equipment needed for wildlife photography is really specialized and different. Your typical equipment consists of a 500, a 400, a 600 millimeter lens, something that gets you out there and so you don't have to get really close. I mean, if I'm photographing bears or wolves, I don't want to be really close. Up until a couple of years ago, film cameras were what you wanted. Nowadays, everybody's shooting digital. There's a fox right here. Somebody probably left a biscuit or something along the trail. And so, you know, I hate that because I don't want people to think that I'm out here trying to coax these guys in. I don't. I don't bring anything. I've traveled to 5 of the 7 continents to take photographs, and the goal in the very beginning was to get to all 7 continents. So I haven't done that yet, but I will. I think out of all the places I've photographed in the world, I think Alaska is probably my favorite, and photographing wolves in Alaska is probably the best. Although bears are pretty cool too. I guess there's something about, with the bears being the top dog, being the top predator in the habitat, we don't carry guns or anything, so you know, you're not the, you have to really respect nature and you have to respect these animals. And so there's something about being on that sort of a playing field that's kind of cool. And then photographing them is just amazing.
It's been a long day, but it's alright when the whistle blows. Time to head for home and get a cold one down at the Broken Spoke. I'll make a quick joke then. It's time to head for home. What about you? You and your own. Working these hands down to the bone. In this rat race, carving your place, a peace of mind as you head for home. You're a simple life man.
Very big film. I think a good photograph is when you can actually look and get the whole story from the photograph itself. And just say, wow, that's, you capture, you feel like you're there.
Tom and I shot large format, that is cut sheet film, 4x5, gives you a great big negative like that. It's not for snap shooting, it's kind of large and cumbersome. We had all sorts of formats. Most people were shooting 35, some had medium format. Got him. Nailed him in midair. Whoa.
I think that's an interesting thing about outdoor photography. You can have the same subject, but based on the lighting, you create a different mood, and that's what photography is all about. How do you induce a different kind of a feeling in your photograph?
The one thing I love the most about being outdoors and shooting is, you're out in the elements. I work in an office. It's very technical and it's climate controlled, so it's 67.5 degrees, no humidity, computers and gear running everywhere all day long. So 40 hours a week, I get to deal with that. If work's watching, sometimes over 40 hours a week.
It's the Duke of Aslan, and everything I do wanna be funky.
Everything I do gon' be funky from now on. Yeah, everything I do gon' be funky.
Photography is really very much two parts. One is shooting, and you're in a predatory mode. You're going around and snapping, seizing images, pop, 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 like this. And then you come back in the darkroom, and it's a totally different activity. It's a laboratory activity, and it's chemical, and it's time and temperature dependent.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, shooting is over, heading back, and we had some good fun today. It's a beautiful day, beautiful Colorado day, but you never know, it might start snowing at the middle.
Snow later.
Snow later, just telling you.
They say I've got no class, but I'm doing what I wanna do. So brew with me if you can, or just do what you can do. Shucks. Why, I'm on fire. Yeah, everything I do gon' be funky from now on. Yeah, everything I do gon' be funky.
What I love about photography is being able to show people things that they might not normally see. I shot mostly at the same shutter speed, a 60th of a second, but I bracketed a lot with the f-stop. So I would take the same picture several times, once in an f-stop of f13, f16, f19, f22, just to see which one would come out best.
The spring is such a cool time of year too, because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. couple more weeks from now, it'll be just perfect when you get some leaves coming out on the trees and you got, you know, the grass is already pretty green. Selling prints, which is what I do, selling stock photographs, which is what I do, teaching workshops occasionally. It's amazing. It's anything goes, and it really just depends on what people like.
Sun's rays beat troubles down. The trouble is where to begin. I can't convince myself to be worried. The rest of you better worry for me too. 'Cause each new day holds all the same.
I was just up shooting eagles in Alaska, and I really like, you know, a lot of guys are trying to get shots of, you know, the fish being captured out of the water, you know, as the eagle's flying off, which is really the classic pose. But for me, the eagles are just, it's amazing to see what they can do in the air. And so I was really focused on, I want to just follow these eagles through the air and just get pictured.
Yeah. Nobody needs some of that coffee.
No, but I have.
It worked. Huh?
The good thing about Mahal,
This actually gives me time for development. It's always a good idea to have check behind the film case.
Really aren't stuck there.
First you have to develop the film, make your negative, draw it, and then you inspect the negative or contact prints, and then you seize the best image, and you make the best possible print you can out of it.
There we go. That's medium format. 120 film. 10 shots to a roll. Yay, and it came out. That one's kind of funny.
It works. She's just faking something.
Kaboom.
Let's see. We'll set the timer. There we go. Flip it over. Let's see what happens.
There's a whole footprint there.
Cool.
Oh, you have a slice anyway. I think
That's
it's
the
fine.
good part.
Okay, so you're going out.
Behind you. All the five and then all the faces come out. And then you critique it.
Grew up a young man to 18 years of age. In my college dorm life turned a next page. I tried to do my studies, I tried to do my work. Treasure in the fridge continued to lack. First on weekends we let out the beast, but then I midweek work began to cease. Grades began to fall below the thousand level. That treasure in the fridge had become the devil. Saying treasure in the fridge, you will not decide. Treasure in the fridge, you can't believe my eyes. Treasure in the fridge, what a surprise. Treasure in the fridge, there's beer inside.